Good morning, Africa. Good morning, Nigeria. My name is Dr. Sonnie Badu. A recording artist, worship leader, lead pastor of the Rock Hill Church, Atlanta, Georgia, and also a professor and a dean at the Trinity International University of Ambassadors right here in Georgia. And I want to welcome you this morning for this session on understanding purpose, or understanding the purpose of music. But first of all, I want to congratulate the conveyor, Jibike, of this conference and all the organizers that have all come together to do this. I am incredibly proud of you, and many more success to come. I know it's been a difficult time, especially in this COVID-19 season, and yet life moves on and life goes on, and I am very, very proud of you. Now, I want to quickly go ahead and do my little presentation talking about purpose of music. And I want to quickly read something very interesting that we all probably know about, a scripture in 2 Kings chapter 3 verse 15. 2 Kings chapter 3 verse 15, and I'm reading from the New International Version. It says, but now bring me a harpist. Whilst the harpist was playing, the hand of the Lord came upon Elijah. The New Living Translation says, now bring me someone who can play the harp. While the harp was being played, the power of the Lord came upon Elijah. In other words, or the English Standard Version will say, but now bring me a musician. And when the musician played, the hand of the Lord was upon Elisha. Of course, we all know who the prophet Elisha was, great prophet who heard from God, who communicated with God. But when it got to a moment, a season where he needed to communicate or hear from God, he knew he couldn't do that without a musician leading him into the presence of God. What does a musician have to do with Mr. Prophet, you prophesying? No, Elisha knew that the musician had what it took to bring the divine presence down. And when God comes down, miracles happen. And so inasmuch as the prophet was powerful and he healed many, he did more miracles than his father Elijah, when he needed a major miracle, he called a harpist to come and worship. Now, that's even from a biblical standpoint. But even in our world, what role does music play? What is the purpose of music in our world today? I don't know how life would be without music. From jazz music to classical music to all kinds of genre, gospel, spiritual music. I don't know what life would be without music, because music literally is food to the soul, and music can literally dictate your mood. If you want to sleep, you listen to music. If you want to be in a worship mood, you listen to music. If you want to be in an excited mood, you listen to music. In fact, if someone wants to be violent, you play music. That means that music is like the air that we breathe. Music is the soul, the food for the soul. And so as a musician, as an instrumentalist, as a vocalist listening to me, you need to understand the importance that you play in this role. That holding that instrument to play adds on to creating this presence that we need for God to come and visit his people. Music literally heals. I don't want to go into physics, but there's something about salt and sound. That when salt hears sound, it changes and moves to a certain direction. And we all know that the body is made of salt. So do the mathematics. When the salt in your body hears music, it literally shapes it That's why a lot of ministries and minstrels also sing, and it heals people. And so when Saul was tormented by demons, the Bible said God sent David, or they called for David to just come and play that harp, come and just worship. And when he worshiped, demons flee. That means that from a spiritual standpoint, music or worship also delivers you from demonic attacks. So being a musician is not just going to church to just participate and play and go home. Understand that what you're doing is super spiritual, and it has the ability to heal, deliver, or cure somebody. Personally, I've had people testify of moments where I ministered and they were healed of cancer, they were healed of different sicknesses, they were healed of seizure. I've had that. And it's because I understand the power of music. Now, this makes me come to this next stage of you understanding your role and your purpose. Because when you have something of value and you know that you're holding something of value, you treat it differently because you know that what you're carrying is valuable. Now, a lot of musicians walk around without value in themselves because they don't know the power of that which they have, the gift of music. They don't know the power of that which they have, that what they carry, it's a multiplication, it's an addition to the world, and not a subtraction and a deduction. That's why it's important that as a musician, you equip yourself and you also understand what you carry, and you also educate yourself. Yes, you can have the gift and the talent and that natural gift to understand music, but you need to also educate yourself so you understand the entire circumference of that which you are in. Because when you know who you are, you now bring value to the table. When you know what you carry, you now bring value to the table. When you know the purpose of music and you being a musician, your purpose in people's life, you know the value at which you bring on the table. Being a musician means that you're very intelligent, because it's not easy coordinating the brains, the fingers, and your mind. So understand that you are one of the most intelligent people on earth. I've had to understand the intelligence of being a musician. I've had to understand the power of being an instrumentalist. I've had to understand the power of literally relaying the music across, singing across. I understand the power of sound, the power of tones, the power of melodies, the power of every instrument you play and what it carries. I've had to understand all of that, and that's why you see some of us where we are, because we understand that which we create. That music is creative and creativity on its own. And so you who is hearing me, understand that this conference is not put together for you to just listen, but learn something. I understand that you being a musician carries so much weight. It carries so much power. It carries so much ability. And you can make your world different. You can make your continent different. And everybody that has gone ahead of you, they are no different from you. And you can also make great impact. Thank you for having me on here, and may God bless you. I'm right here for questions and answer. And by the grace of God, I'll be able to help you answer questions that has been a dilemma for you. God bless you. My name is Dr. Badu.